Fighters are flown by one individual, just one person. There's just one person up there in the cockpit. This is my favorite airplane. I flew this airplane in World War II. It's probably the reason. Whatever you flew, that was the best. But this airplane was the largest and heaviest single-engine fighter we had in World War II. And it had one statistic that I really liked. 99% of the missions it flew, it brought the pilot home. No other fighter we had in World War II could say that. It was a very, very good airplane. Strangely designed by two Russian engineers. That's what we had. The airplane had a little bit more firepower than the average fighter. It had 8 machine guns instead of 6, 4 in each wing. Does anybody know what that thing out there in the end of the wing is sticking out? Yeah, that's that P-02. That's that P-02 we're talking about. Every airplane has one. Every airplane. Now, so anytime you look at an airplane you never saw before, all you can scan it and try to find the P-02. It's always there. By the way, the airplane had 8 guns. When you pulled your trigger to fire your guns, all 8 guns fired at once. Okay? I'll show you something maybe you never saw before.
Watch. What is he going to do? Watch. I thought he was going to get out the guns.
No, we're not going to do that.
Surprise!
These are 50 caliber bullets. That's what comes out of the guns. You don't have to worry about these. You can see all these little holes. We took all the powder off. In case I drop them, you're not going to have an accident. Okay. But do you see anything peculiar about these things? Yeah, I wonder why they're different colors. Beg pardon? No, not different guns. Beg pardon? Yeah, the red one is a tracer.
Now listen.
They're colored because all bullets are not alike.
Natalie, stop.
They do different things. Yeah. How many of you ever fired a gun? When you fire your gun, can you see the bullet go? You'd have to even have sharp eyes to see that.
Natalie, no.
On this
Get
gun,
down.
on these guns here, if I fire this red bullet, it's called a tracer bullet, you can actually see that bullet go right through the air, right in front of you. Yes. And every 5th bullet fired is a tracer. So when you got 8 guns, it looks like nothing but tracers out there. It's really something to see. And the light blue ones, those are called incendiary bullets. If you take a match and strike it, it flames. These bullets are coated with material. When they hit an enemy airplane, they cause fires. If you was to hit an enemy airplane in a fuel tank, it would cause a fire. Cause fire anywhere, you cockpit or anywhere. But a fuel tank, it might even explode. And that was always a delight to see. The black ones are called armor piercing. That means those bullets can go through very, very heavy metal. Okay? Now you can't select what you would like to fire. This group of 5 is repeated down the whole length of the belt. This belt is about 27 feet long. So there's a 27-foot belt of ammunition feeding into each gun. That's enough ammunition, by the way, to last you about 1 minute and 10 seconds without just firing. Now remember, I said 27 feet. How many of you ever heard the expression, the whole 9 yards? The whole 9 yards. That meant a pilot used all of his ammunition. That's where that comes from. How about this? Our requirement is 100. I shot down a few. I was not an ace, but I shot down a few. And I was also shot down myself. Going after a ground target. I want to emphasize that again. Going after a ground target is very dangerous. I was a novice at the time, not too smart. It was only my 7th mission, but I sure learned after that one. The only bad part of the whole thing, it happened in the afternoon, kind of late in the afternoon when I was shot down. And when I was shot down, it happened to be Thanksgiving Day in 1944. And I knew I wasn't going to get home for dinner. And I was really kind of ticked off.
Where were you shot down?
In Burma.
Burma?
Yes. Yeah, my combat was in China. My commander was a guy by the name of Claire Chenault, very famous general. He was my pen. That's who I flew with now.
Really?
Yes. Okay.
Just like the movie.
Just like the movie.
The Flying Tigers movies was just terrible. Frankly speaking, full of BS.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. In fact, most war movies are ridiculous.
Yeah, oh,
They're not like the real thing.
Really sure. Really cool.
It's just like the movie. I'm not with the tour. Are you guys official?
Move down here a little bit. We're going to show you something else. I want you to move down here so you can look up at the cockpit. See that pilot up there?
Take a whole picture.
No, that just happens to be a man.
I know that.
Okay. But what I want you to look at is the material behind the pilot pit, that green material. You know what that is? See that green material behind his head? It looks like a headdress. It's really not a headdress. That's armor plate. That's armor plate. Okay. And you'll find it protected with armor plate from his head all the way down his back under the seat. Nothing in front, but in the back we were well protected. The planes we flew against like that in Germany, they did not have that in this cockpit. So it was a real threat. One other issue, our fuel tanks were what we call self-sealing tanks. If a bullet went through it, instead of causing a fire, they would reseal themselves instantly. They would reseal. The Japanese didn't have it, neither did Germany. So,
Resealing gasoline.
yes. Now, an armor piercing bullet, if it hit the armor plate dead on, it would go through the plate. But by the time it went through the plate, it was going so slow, how much damage it would cause would be very minimal. If it hit on an angle, the plate was like this, and the bullet hit on an angle, it would just be cleft off. There's no problem at all. The in front there, if a bullet hit it directly on, it would go right through it. But if it hit on an angle, it would just be cleft off. So you had that perspective. People